Welcome to our Love, Truth, and Be Free YouTube channel. I'm Adam.
And I'm Katina.
And today we will talk about having an expectation list, which is something that we believe will help you if you have a desire to be married.
So what is an expectation list, Adam?
Well, the term expectation list, we borrowed from our former pastor, the late Dr. Charles H. Jackson. And in his teachings, especially to unmarried, he thought it was a good idea to have an expectation list, which is an actual list that you handwrite or type, and it lists spiritually and naturally those things you expect your future spouse to have.
So what were some things on your list?
Well, some of the things on my list, and the number one thing, which I feel was more important, most important, is that they had to love Jesus. And you may say, why do they have to love Jesus and not just go to church every once in a while? Well, I believe only Jesus can grace us to have a godly relationship and also a godly marriage, which I thought was very important. Another thing I had on my list was I wanted to visibly see good fruit. And you may mean what good? Not apples and oranges. I'm talking about the fruit of the Spirit that's found in Galatians 5. Such as love, joy, peace, long-suffering, goodness, patience, self-control. Those are some good things that I wanted to be able to see them in that person's unmarried state. So prayerfully, if you got married, they would continue to display those good fruit, and those good fruit would still be attractive to me. Another thing on my list, well, there were a lot of them, but another thing I had was, since I'm from a large family, I love being around family. I love family gatherings, Thanksgiving, Christmases, birthdays, things like that. So I wanted to see that they love their family, whether it be from a big family or a small family, because some people say you marry the family. I kind of disagree and say you marry into the family. So knowing that they enjoy the family, I enjoy family, I think it will be a good match. And that was another thing that I found on my list. And I must say, my wife Katina loves family. And my family loves her. I think they fell in love with her almost as soon as I fell in love with her as well. So Katina, what were some of the things on your list?
Well, my first thing was had to be sold out for Jesus. And what I meant by that is they're active in ministry, studying the word. They exude the Galatians fruit of the Spirit. I wanted their family, friends, co-workers know that they were Christians because of their interaction with my husband day in and day out. I wanted him to be sold out for Jesus. Another thing was a carpenter.
A carpenter? You mean like Jesus carpenter?
No. I mean like, I wanted my husband to be able to fix things around the house. I grew up with my father fixing things, and I wanted my husband to be able to fix things and build things that we needed around the house. And you fixed the washing machine too.
What's that?
And I also, this is kind of funny, but this was on my list. I wanted my husband to like gas station food.
Like frozen burritos and hot dogs?
That's what he liked, because you know how you go on a family road trip and you want to stop at the gas station and I like to get all the little junk food. I know it's not healthy, but I love gas station food.
I like gas station junk food as well.
So I wanted my husband to love gas station food, and that's why your expectation list is so important to create. I know on my expectation list, I had what I desired, and then I had the things that I would compromise and the things that I would not compromise. And so you gotta have those things, because you want to know what you desire in your future husband or your future wife. You don't want to like meet someone and get overwhelmed by the way they look or whatever, and be shallow. You want the depth things, the things that you know that will last forever. Spiritual and natural things sometimes change, but so far he's loved junk food for 14 years.
And it's also important because in Genesis we see God telling Adam, it's not good for man to be alone. I will create a helpmeet, an equal for him. So that's something to be excited about, especially if you have a desire to be married. So an expectation list, we believe, will help you be prepared or more prepared to identify the person that God has for you. At the same time, identify the person that God does not have for you.
That's true.
And I think having an expectation list is a realistic, did I say realistic?
Realistic, yes.
Make a realistic list of those qualifications and characteristics that your future spouse should have.
That's right.
And be excited about it, because we think it's a very good thing. It
Yes.
helped us identify each other, and also identify the others that we're not married to today.
No, we're not. No,
married to today.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I really believe that's awesome. I know I can remember when I finished my expectation list. I wrote my expectation list, me and the Lord together, because I wanted to hear from God what He knew I needed in a husband as a woman of God. And then I also, I prayed to God and said, these are some things that in a natural, God, I wanted. And so I would have my expectation list, and I would just memorize it and go over it, so that when I meet someone, when I'm observing someone to see if I'm to be married, I would not get distracted by what I saw, but I would desire the deeper things, spiritual and some of the natural things as well. How did you use your list?
Well, I used my list, especially I made it in my quiet time with me and the Lord. I didn't have anybody in mind to get tunnel vision, to think all the qualities that person had was on my list. So I didn't have anyone in mind. I made my list, and then when I would observe someone or date someone, we would fellowship and go out and do activities, and I would come back and check off my list.
That's right.
On my list, I also had deal breakers, things I would not compromise on. So if they did meet the good expectations, I would check them off. I wouldn't tell them. I would only tell them if they were deal breakers. And I think that if you do identify that there are deal breaker traits or attributes, to tell that person as soon as possible, because you made the list. You know the things that you will not compromise on. So tell that person as soon as possible. So if God has a different person for them, they can be in position to be found or find them. And the person that God has for you, you're now in a position to receive that person or find that right person. And that's why we believe expectation list is great. You can use it as we gave examples to how to use it. So,
that's right. Yeah, and based on what I observed, you can tell that person you're not the one.
Absolutely.
So, that is awesome. So I hope and I pray that you guys, got some type of information or some type of wisdom to help you create an expectation list if you desire to be married. And we're so thankful that you're watching us today.
And leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
If you enjoyed something, or if you think we can do something better or something different,
or a different topic.
You did.
A different topic. So thank you, and follow us and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, and live for Jesus.
See you next time.
Peace.